I'm Father Mario Amore, and welcome to another edition of Whenever We Want to Do It, Wisdom. So we've been talking a lot about unleash the gospel, how we can be bold witnesses of Jesus in the world. And where does the church need to be? Wherever its people are. And where the majority of Catholics are is on social media. The majority of you are on social media. You're on social media right now because you're watching this video. So that's exactly where we need to be. You know, Pope Francis has said that we need to reach out to the lost. And first we have to understand who the lost are. You know, Jesus in the scriptures says that he seeks out the lost. He goes after them. He goes after that one sheep who is straying. So when we think about the lost, those people on the margins or on the peripheries, as Pope Francis says, a particular group of them are ex-Catholics or inactive Catholics or people who want absolutely nothing to do with the Catholic Church. But the majority of our people, Catholics, Christians, your friends and family are on social media, what's known as the digital continent. So that's exactly where we need to be. That's exactly where the majority of us spend the most of our time. Think about today, or since you got onto your computer and are watching this video, how long have you been on? Probably a decent amount of time. Or think about just the day. How much of your time is spent on social media? And that's the case for just about everyone else who's on social media as well. So we have to understand that social media isn't a fad, it's not going away. And so we have to learn to live and embrace life in a parish setting and in a church setting that embraces social media. We can't be afraid of it. We have to be digital missionaries. We have to be where our people are. At our parish mission last week, Father Stephen Bell told us that we have to be game changers. We have to do something in our lives and in our church, something maybe that's different, something that we're not normally used to doing, that applies to us on social media as well. We're going to take our parish Facebook page and do some simple math. So here we go. So our parish Facebook page has 2,435 likes as of today. So what does that mean? Whenever our parish shares something or whenever we post something, whether it be an event that we're having, some kind of encouragement or scripture verse or anything like that, we reach on the first level 2,435 people. Now, each of us has approximately 338 friends. That's the average amount of friends that an average Facebook user has, 338. So if we take that and if we do some math and 25% of our parishioners shared our original post, we could reach over 205,000 people. 205,000 people. Let's take it a step farther now. How about third generation posts? If 10% of those people, 205,000, shared, we could reach 7 million people. It's amazing. Take it one step farther. If 5% of those who receive a third generation share, we could reach over 117 million people. Over 117 million people. The majority probably who are away from the church, ex-Catholics, maybe not even Christian. We could reach them with the saving message of Jesus. And it's free. We can do it with a click of a mouse. So that's exactly where the church needs to be. So, what are some practical tools? What are some practical steps that you can take to be a digital missionary? Well, first and foremost, if you're on Facebook or any of the major social media platforms, tell people when you're at church. So on Facebook, you can check in. So when you come to Mass here, you can check in to Our Lady of Sorrows Catholic Church. Gives people an idea of who you are, what's important to you, your life of faith. We can share events from the church. You know, we have some great opportunities coming up. Next week, there's going to be a question and answer at Cowley's. Another way in which we can invite people to learn more about our faith, people who might not necessarily come to church. We can post what we find to be most appealing to us from the Sunday scriptures, or what was a challenge that you heard in a homily from this past week? Or what are you most looking forward to about the life of the church year? What are you most looking forward to in your walk during Lent or during Easter? The more we do this, the more we witness to who we are. The more we share those encouraging and evangelical posts about our faith, the more we witness to the gospel of Christ. And so, when we do that, gradually, people will start to come to you for prayers. Or they'll ask you perhaps about your church. And in those moments, those become those moments of invitation for us, simply by a click. You never know how we can impact someone's life simply by sharing something on social media, simply by witnessing to the power of Christ in our own lives. So we want to invite you to join us in being evangelizers on the digital continent. If you look down into the comment section, we've posted links on how you can follow us on all the major social media platforms, the parish that is, and myself as well. So join us and help us in the important work of unleashing the gospel. Stupid. Haven't done this in a while.
So good. I love how you always call yourself stupid. You crack me up.
Okay.
You ain't stupid.
He was
smart.
kind. He was smart.